Greetings. Today I'm going to talk about Reinstall, an application on GitHub that helps automate updates, particularly major updates on macOS computers. If you're not a macOS system admin, stop watching now. This video is not for you. So what we just saw there, you can rewind if you need to, press the pause button and arrow back, is the self-service application, and the user clicked update there under that policy, and we see this screen as the computer downloads the latest OS, which in this case is macOS Sequoia version 15.0.1 24 alpha 348, and it goes really fast because of the power of editing, and then it's going to install on that computer. Now, I think this is the best tool for updating Macs in a enterprise environment. If you think there's a better tool, please help educate me and the community in the comment section below. Okay. Once the Mac is updated, we can log in, verify it's updated. That's what we're doing now. So we're just starting this by showing the front end, really, what the user sees. And in this case, we can see that this Mac is updated. And every year when Apple releases their update, we try and make it so that our organization is ready for that and users can update pretty much as soon as they're ready to. And about 25% of them do. They update within the first month of the new operating system being released. For the ones that don't, we use an application called Nudge to help nudge them in the right direction. I'm not going to talk about that too much today, but look in my Mac admin playlist to learn more about that. That's how we get the other 75% across this finish line. So here's the GitHub repo for Graham's erase install, and he made this. He's at Jamp now. Look up, Google him. He's a really cool guy. Anyway, this is where you download the software. It's on package number 36 at the time of this recording. And this Mac admin Slack, not the Nudge channel, is where you could go for help if you need troubleshooting support on getting erase install working to update computers or erase computers in your environment. And you could always search. In this example, we're searching the nudge-jamp channel, but you could search another channel that you may want to search. And that would be hopefully related to general, but I bet there's a channel for erase install. So look for that. But this is your community where you're going to get, if you're nice, kind, and clear with your problem statements, you're going to get some free support, and hopefully you'll get back to this community as you build up your skills or learn something new and help other people learn and do their jobs as well. So that's all we need to say about Slack. We can go back to this document. Well, forward. Apple Platform Development has this guide, and it is on secure token, bootstrap token, and volume ownership. So go ahead, pause the video, block an hour of time on your calendar right now with a link to this document. Google it, find it, and read it word by word. Make sure you understand it. The key thing it's talking about is that users get a secure token, which is a type of encryption. And this allows, it happens when a user is created, which could be by an MDM, or when a user first logs in. This token is needed for a computer to update or a computer to be wiped. And so if you're going to do a major update, that user needs a token. I'm not going to go into details about how to get users tokens in this video. If you think it would be something helpful in the future, let me know. But you need to understand how that stuff works for you to have a good fleet update experience. Okay, so now we're in the Jamp software server in our erase install policy. The name is what it is with the version number and our options. The policy is enabled. The category is utilities, and we have no trigger on this policy. it must be run through self-service. And it's got the overwrite option to ensure a valid installer has been maintained. We don't want an invalid installer messing things up. And this is set to go at once per computer. We can see our package there, and we have the correct package version. So if you're watching this and you already have it set up, you probably want to update your erase install. Here's our scope. So that's specific models of computers that have been tested in this fleet. And we can see self-service. Oh, this is not the update version. This is the erase my computer version. Surprise, surprise, right? So we'll look at that update version too. But when users have the ability to nuke their own computers, and that's what it looks like. And if we go to these files and processes down here, we can see these output options, which make this an erase a computer option and not a update a computer option, which is the other way we use erase install. So say you're at school and you have 50 8th graders graduating and 50 6th graders getting new refurbished computers. This is a good tool for erasing those, getting back to their factory state. Same thing if you're a business with 50 employees coming and going. Okay, now we're looking at our upgrade workflow. Now, the name of the policy always says what it does, right? So if it says upgrade, it's upgrading. Now, erase and install, because the software does two things, right? We got our package, and now we do have a script. We have a post-install script, and this is going to download the latest available macOS. So this is configured a little bit differently than the erase configuration we have. It is configured to update through a post-install script. So this script is telling that software package what to do, and we'll look at it in more detail here very soon. But there are parameter options you can do. No other options, just scrolling down here to check. Alrighty, there's our scope. So it's scoped to three smart groups, 2 based on computer models and 1 based on Boolean logic of the operating system version. And here is the self-service. Let me slow this down. So we have this policy available in self-service. That box is checked. We have a display name that says what it does, update to Sequoia, an action button that makes sense, start, a button for after, which says install Sequoia, so like a start number 2, just in case the first one failed, right? They'll be able to do this again. And then a description, which says more about what it does, and also links to a document with even more information and like a step-by-step guide, which tells the user like, hey, plug in your laptop, do this at the end of the day before you go to bed with your computer plugged in, so you don't waste any time, and run the update, let it download that, let's just call it, it's probably 15 gigabytes now, right? It used to be like 15 megabytes. Times have changed. There's this icon we've screenshotted from the Apple Store and uploaded that looks like the new OS icon, and it's in the featured category. So this is the backend configuration for the self-service. The front end we saw at the start of this video. So just to reiterate, the general workflow is as soon as this new OS drops, we get it in, we build out this backend configuration, and we let users know they can update over an email. We also have these policy URLs. The installation URL is very helpful for an action button pathway if you're using Nudge, and you'll probably want to use that to get your fleet to 100%. More videos on that in the Mac Admin playlist. Okay, let's move on. this is the post install script. This is what we were looking at in our policy configuration. And let's go through it. You can find this on GitHub if you need it. You can also rewrite it pretty easily. You really only need row 1 and row 14, but these other things are nice in terms of explaining what this does. Okay, so we have a list of our commands in row 3 commented out. Credit to the author, and then our options in row 14. And these are, you're going to do what you want. So option number 1, we want it to update. Number 2, it's got this reinstall flag. Number 3, FS, that's full installer. 3, wait 180 seconds until the laptop's plugged in. If the laptop's not plugged in, you do not update, right? Apple doesn't do this with their OS, so that's really helpful. And then the post-install command of Jamf recon, so that this computer will do a reoccurring check-in with the Jamf software server, letting it know it's up to date, and then taking it out of any smart groups that are based on operating system versions, or including it in one. So that's that piece. We're just going back to the scope here, and we can see these few smart groups. I want to drill into one of them just in case you're new to smart groups, so that you can use the power of smart groups to help automate your workflow. So in general, you don't want to use a static group and just scope something to everything in your fleet. Bad things can happen. Scope things granularly. And so in this case, we have a smart group with the name of what it does. It's a group of computers based on the operating system where the operator's greater than or equal to 15.0. That's our smart group, right? And so this is our target group, and we're, in terms of philosophy, we're doing this for a reason, right? We say we want all our computers that are greater than 15.0 to update to 15.2 first, right? This is the group we're going to use. I'm going to go ahead and clone this group and change it around a little bit. So now we got a new smart group, and let's change the criteria to 14.0, right? Take that copy piece out, we'll save it out, and we'll look at it. And we can see quite a bit of computers in this group. So say we wanted to target all the computers greater than 14. Maybe you have an OS that's not compatible with anything less than 14, but it is compatible with everything greater. That would be a use case for this smart group. So there's a couple ways you can use smart groups to target your fleet. In any case, that's all I got for you today. I hope this helps you understand how you can use a Reinstall to automate your updates. Thanks for watching. We'll see you around.